Hello everyone, Josh first back again, bringing you guys some more Elune news, and today we got a big update for the World Boss. Some of the changes that they're going to be making to the World Boss, the rewards that are going to be given out per day and per week, and of course the exclusive gear shop and what those costs for those are going to be. Now, I want to just say this right off the bat. The game has been doing a phenomenal job with releasing cool content, releasing updates. The community managers have been working very hard. I've been talking to them almost daily in some aspects, and it's been a really awesome experience. Both with the players and developers, the interaction, it's really good. But I'm also a very unbiased person. I gotta call it as I see it. I have to give you guys the 100 straight down the middle. And when I do see something that is a cause for concern to me, I have to talk about it. And I feel like with this notice, I have a little bit of a cause for concern. And we're going to be going over a few of those things that I am concerned with. One of which is we got the recent banner. We got the event with the banner. But unlike the Alvita banner, there is no reward exchange. So outside of just doing the quest, there's really no need to keep doing the special events. That is a little bit of a bummer for me, because the last time when Alvita was here, she came with a banner and she came with a story event, just like Medjed and Nazar do. Unfortunately, though, there's no exchange shop. So, in a way, from one event to another, the rewards were nerfed. I have to call it as I see it, guys. If we're comparing that event to this event, which are both similar, it was nerfed because there is no exchange shop. So I just want to throw that out there. Another thing is they released a new event for people who are purchasing, throughout, I believe, like the next week or so. They're rewarding those players that are spending money. Now, I don't care about that. That's fine. They need to make money to keep the game going. That's great. Give something for the whales to kind of achieve and, have a reason to spend money for. That's great. But to only give us an event to reward the whales and nobody else when that was available the first time around, just is a little bit of a cause for concern. So I just want to throw that out there. This is just pretty much pure feedback. Hopefully those that are watching from Elune staff, even the community managers, maybe you could share this with the devs. I don't know if it's going to fall on deaf ears or if they actually consider making adjustments going forward, but I definitely think that is something to think about, because in a way this event was nerfed compared to the first time around with Alvita. So I just wanted to throw that out of the way. Now, I have a few more concerns here with the new World Boss changes. We're going to be reading over all of the patch notes here, and then we're going to talk about my concerns at the end. So hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. This is not to throw shade at the game or anything like that. It's all a work in progress. This is the kind of feedback that hopefully Elune staff want to hear and want to see. So, consider this my feedback video. Alright, so, greetings Elunes. We have a couple notices to make about World Boss. Please check out the notes below for full details of notice about World Boss. Details. World Boss preseason period extension. The World Boss preseason, which was originally scheduled until September 3rd, will be extended to last until September 7th. So basically another week almost, in order to develop an even more enjoyable content throughout balance testing. We want to extend the preseason period. World Boss preseason and reward. We want to thank all Elunes that participated in the World Boss during the preseason. We hope that Elunes continue to enjoy World Boss for the rest of the preseason. As a token of appreciation, we will be giving out 3,000 Mark of the Strong after the update scheduled on September 4th. So that is going to be basically next week, mid-next week. World Boss balance adjustments. Based on gameplay data collected until this point, we will be conducting balance adjustment. Watcher attack increased. Watcher defense decreased. So we're going to be able to hit them harder, but they're going to be able to hit us harder. So we'll come back to that. Guardian of Balance attack decreased, which is great because, as we know, this week 2 of World Boss was disgusting. We were having a lot of troubles. A majority of players, especially from what I saw around social media, could not even achieve a full 300 turns on this week's World Boss. It was a complete power creep over the first week, and it was not even close. A big thing was the fact that a lot of people could not make good use out of their Chloes, for example, because a lot of people have been really relying on Chloe in this game, and it's not their fault. It's the way the game has been managed. It's just, Chloe is just everywhere. Chloe has been basically a saving grace for a lot of free-to-play players and a lot of indie players, basically. Chloe has been getting us through boss fight after boss fight after boss fight, and she was made pretty much obsolete this week for the most part, and I think that really hampered a lot of players. So we might need to, figure out some more balancing, because we cannot have Chloe being the be-all, end-all of Elune. We just cannot have that. As much a lot of us love Chloe and we want to continue to keep using Chloe, there's just no need for Chloe to be the one above all type of hero in this game when it comes to boss fights. So we definitely need to work on some balancing to allow other heroes to shine as well. I'm not saying to nerf Chloe. I'm not saying to do anything with Chloe. I'm just saying we need to make other heroes as good as, if not a little bit better than, possibly in some situations, than Chloe. We need to do something with that. So hopefully you guys over there at Elune staff, the community managers, the developers, hopefully, that's something that you'll look into. Because, again, we all love Chloe, but we don't want Chloe to be everything that is Elune, okay? We don't need an Angelica situation that we had with Epic 7. That was just a disaster. Anyways, exclusive gear price change. As we increase max amount of Mark of Strong acquirable per round in the season rank reward, we will also change price of exclusive gears. So I'm assuming the price of gear, we don't know what the exclusive gear prices were because the shop was not available during the preseason, but I'm assuming that it's probably going to go up as well since we're getting more rewards. I suppose. I don't know. It's just an assumption. I don't know the facts on what the exclusive gear actually cost before. So I have no idea. Exclusive epic gear is going to be 1,500 Mark of Strong per summon. Epic to legendary exclusive gear summons will be 2,500, and legendary exclusive gear summons will be 6,000. Season rank reward buff. Okay, so again, since I don't know what the price of the gear was before, I don't know how big of a buff this really is, if a buff at all. I don't know, because I don't know what the price was previously. Maybe the Korean player base knows, or the Taiwan player base knew. Maybe they already had that. I don't know what the price was, so I'm sure somebody might know that and they can let me know in the comment section below. So I don't know if this is a buff or a big buff. I don't know, but you guys will probably tell me that do know. So we'll see. But anyways, first place is getting 7,500. Second place will get 5,000. Third will get 4,000. Fourth to 10th will get 3,500. 11th to the top 50 will get 3,000. 51 to the top 100 players will get 2,500, and then it just trickles all the way down to 500 at the very bottom of the barrel. Now, realistically, from what I can tell from, players who've been playing since day one, free-to-play casual spender, you're probably going to fall somewhere around the 0 to 10% mark. So you're looking at probably about 1,750 to 2,000 per week, I would say, on average, from what I've seen from majority of players that have been, playing in the, first 2 weeks of preseason. That's kind of where I could comfortably say that a lot of you are probably going to fall who've been playing since day one and are not wailing out on the game. You're pretty much casual spenders or free to play. You're probably going to fall between the 0 to 10% mark. Some of you who had a little bit of bad luck, you might fall within the 10 to 20% area. So you're still looking at about 1,500 per week. Or if you want to translate over to what you get as a, exclusive gear, that's one epic summon per week. Okay? Now, the problem that I have with this is if you do fall within that 10 to 20% mark or lower, you're looking at a month, an entire month of grinding to potentially get one legendary exclusive gear summon. That, to me, seems a little bit ridiculous. That is way too long. Even if you get first place in the whole game, you are number one player, you've probably whaled out, your account is stacked to the moon, you're only going to be getting one exclusive legendary summon per week. 4 for the whole month. And that is the best, the strongest player in World Boss in the entire game. At most, you're going to be getting about 4 legend pulls for the whole month, and that is your whaled out megalodon type of player. All right, so I don't know how this is going to transition long term, but this seems like an extraordinary grind for gear that is going to be behind RNG. You could get a dupe of a gear that you don't even need, and your whole month just was wasted. A whole month down the tubes. You could gamble with 2,500 to try and go for a legendary that way, but then again, you could also pull an epic for 1,000 more Marcus Strong than it would be just to pull for an epic by itself. So, me personally, I'm not a fan of that system at all. Not even a little bit. Because when you start making gear heavily grindy and then throw RNG on top of that, it's going to become a gear situation that was also a big problem in Epic 7, because we know the exclusive gears give you a level 7 skill, up to a level 7 skill in some of your heroes, and some heroes that get those legendary gears are going to be extremely powerful for those players that just get very unlucky. They're just going to get completely stomped on in PvP. I mean, it's just going to be common sense. It's going to happen. So it's going to become very RNG heavy PvP at this point, if it isn't already. And I mean, those are just real concerns. I'm not throwing shit at the game or the developers. I know they're working hard and they're doing a great job, but these are just real life issues that could occur in this game going forward with this type of introduction of new types of gear. Again, there's going to be a lot of heroes that are really going to become super strong. I mean, Chloe, for example, getting her exclusive gear. Wow, my mind is blown, right? The damage output, just insanity, okay? You know, a character like Revy, for example, who's already the best AoEer in the game, throw that, you know, it's crazy, right? Or even Bones in PvP at this point, you know, being able to strengthen his S2 and S3 even further when he dies. You know, help us all, right? So, with the fact that a majority of players, now I'm just trying to go by just the numbers here, you know, the average, I would say, comfortably, most players that have been playing since day one are going to be sitting around in the 0 to 10% mark if you had great luck, and if you had, you know, decent to subpar luck, you might be looking in the 10 to 20% range for players who started day one that are not big whales. So you're looking at least a month grind, okay, to summon one legendary. And if it's a legendary that you don't need or you don't even have, or you already had from previous farming and you got it again and it's just worthless to you perhaps, you just lost a whole month. That is a lot of work to throw down the toilet for one thing that you don't need or is useless to you. A month. And that to me just feels a little bit overwhelming and a little bit way too much. A lot of us are going to have to play the safe game and go with just epic exclusive summons, 1,500 per week. That might be the only way we're going to be able to make it, and just pray that our epics are going to be strong enough and we don't run into too many teams that are running legendaries that have all of these, you know, legendary exclusive gears, because then it's going to be a big power creep. And I don't know, it seems like it's going to cause a mess going forward, and it's just going to become a whale game. And, you know, whales, of course, they need to be strong. They need to be stronger than all of us, because they're spending a lot of money to do so. But you're talking a free-to-play player could be coming in here, saving up for 2 months, get extremely lucky, get that legendary gear that they want, and then the other player who farmed for 2 months that's maybe even spending some money, they get just nothing that they need. And now that free-to-play is going to go in there and stomp PvP, and even the whales are going to be a little bit concerned, because now maybe they're getting unlucky, and the free-to-players, you know, it's just going to be a mess, okay? It's going to be a mess. So, I don't know. They're definitely going to have to look into that and see where that's going to go in the future, but that just seems like a problem waiting to happen, a storm already brewing, in my opinion. I don't know if I like that. I feel like that needs to be reworked. I would rather they up the price of Marcus Strongs and we can choose which epics and legendaries we want to get our exclusive gear for. That way, we are putting in all the work, all the effort, all the time. It's a grind, but we're getting a payoff out of it. We're getting something out of it that we absolutely need, that we busted our butts for. And I think the players would definitely accept that a lot more. That way, if you go into PvP and you're getting outperformed, you know, it was balance, because you chose what legendaries that you wanted to invest into, and if you get countered by another team that has, you know, the gear on their characters that are, you know, maybe strong against you, you chose that team when you fought them and you lost fair and square. Okay, so I don't know, it just feels a lot more, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for right now, but we'll think about it. But anyway, Datapad Schedule notice. Due to the data patch for balance adjustments, World Boss content will become unavailable during this period. 9/1 to, I'm confused. Oh, on 9/1 at 9:05 PDT to 1400 PDT. There we go. Could not read for a minute for some reason. World Boss regular season open notice. 9/8 normal season open, so on the 8th of September. World Boss shop will also become available in this data, which will also allow us to get our exclusive gear. And miscellaneous, we'll be adding new Elune exclusive gear bag separate from regular gear bag for players to manage exclusive gear that can be acquired from World Boss shop. Max 350 slots. We may never hit 350 slots, because that is a lot of Mark of Strongs. Now, the good thing is about this right now is, since we do not have a shop, a lot of us are just, you know, we're all hoarding our Mark Strongs, can't use them yet, and they're giving us an additional 3,000 for the extension of the preseason, and we're also going to be getting another week's worth. We're going to be able to save up, you know, maybe enough to do, everyone should have, I think, roughly enough to do a legendary summon when the shop opens. So everybody should be able to do at least one legend summon. So cross your fingers and your toes and anything else on your body and hope that you get a good pull for a legend hero. Maybe some of you might even play the luck game, and you want to go with the gamble, and you want to go with the 2,500 Mark Strongs for a legendary to exclusive legendary. So I don't know, epic to legendary for 2,500 could be a gamble. You might be able to do 2 of those, maybe 3 of those. Some of you are probably just going to go for the legend summon. Some of you might even just go for the epics and try to get like a Chloe's epic gear for something, and you're going to get about 4 opportunities of that. So you're going to have to really sit there, scratch your head, think hard about it, what you're going to do when the shop does open, because a lot of us should have at least 6,000 marks of strong by then if you've been playing World Boss since day 1. But that is going to be it for me. I want all of your thoughts. What do you think about these World Boss changes with the Watcher attack increase, the defense going down though? The Guardian of Balance attack is being decreased, which is kind of great because of what we experienced in week 2 this week. It's just been a nightmare. So that was great. Groggy max value is decreased as well. So, I mean, they did a bunch of changes to the bosses on the left and right side. The dogs. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you all think. I told you my thoughts. That was my feedback. So, if you're an Elune staff member or developer or whatever, hopefully you took this with feedback and criticism, not as shade or anything like that or any ill will towards the game, because I want the game to be great because I've been enjoying it so much, and hopefully a lot of you have as well. Until next time, please subscribe for more content here on the channel, and don't forget to join us in the Discord in the description below, and comment below what you guys thought about this whole thing, and like the video if you did. Until next time, I'm going to catch you all later. Have an awesome weekend. Until then, peace.